Okay. All right. Well, welcome everybody. It's great to have some residents on as well as our crew from Parasol. So appreciate that. Appreciate the representation from some residents, as I mentioned, to join the call. We will be posting a video out on our YouTube website, and then we're going to rebroadcast this for residents. So I'll some quick introductions. Obviously, most of you know me. I'm Corey Hamilton, the CFO here at Landis. And then I'm going to introduce the Parasol crew. Let me see if I can find you here. So Tyler, do you want to just give us a quick introduction to you? Tyler will actually be our on-site person. So please go ahead and introduce yourself there, Tyler, if you don't mind.
Hi, my name is Tyler Jamison. I'll be the new on-site resident support role. So I'll be going out to residents' living areas to help troubleshoot their devices. I formerly have a background in computer science, so I'll be finishing up my associate's degree here very soon.
And James, you are on somewhere, I think, still. Do you want to introduce yourself from Parasol?
For sure. Hey everyone, my name is James Peck. I'm the resident support manager at Parasol, and I've been with our company for about 2 years, and I help oversee our Tech at Home program.
And then Matt, if you want to introduce yourself, and you can take it away.
All right, very good. Well, nice to meet you, everyone. My name is Matt Ferry. I am the COO here at Parasol Alliance. So I help to oversee all technology matters. So that would include the resident support, some of the staff support that happens. So I have to oversee all of those teams. And today I'd kind of like to talk you through our resident program. So what we do to help residents. We'll get into it a little bit, but there is a split between staff support, right? The staff need to make sure that all medical systems and all, network systems, all tracking systems are up to date, managed, don't fail or anything. And on the same foot, we need to make sure that all residents have, their phones are still working, their computers, their laptops, and so on and so forth. So we'll get a little bit into that, but it's nice to meet everyone, and we'll get started with the presentation. All right, to start, just some information about Parasol Alliance. So Parasol Alliance is known as a managed service provider, or MSP. Basically means that we support IT for multiple companies, right? So IT, instead of having in-house, it's one dedicated team for that place. There's a large team that dedicates time to individual clients, multiple clients. We exclusively focus on senior living, so we don't touch any other industries. We don't go, into manufacturing. We don't go into hospitals. We don't go into clinics. The only thing we do is senior living, which has allowed us to kind of have, over time, build an expertise in that area. So we've got a lot of individuals who have spent a lot of time in senior living. Many of the people that have joined our team have been kind of similar to Josh and Chris. They've worked in senior living. They've worked as senior living IT. We also have a clinical nurse that worked in senior living. So she kind of shares her expertise around things and many others. So it's just a little bit about our company. We'll cover just a little bit more. So Parasol Alliance vision to transform technology and culture in senior living. So one thing, as we've kind of been talking to newer clients and everything, and I don't mean to say this is the case for Landis, but we've run into many clients that would say not have fully up-to-date IT, right? Maybe there's some odds and ends that weren't fully invested in or considered, for the kind of cutting edge of technology. So our hope, our vision is to come in and kind of bring senior living up to, that cutting edge technology state where all of the new features that you've heard about in the news and you've heard about, on every odd and end can be implemented to just make everybody's lives better, right? Make everything operate better, make everything more cost effective, just improve things overall from an IT standpoint. Our purpose is to bring strategy, innovation, accountability to our clients' use of technology. That's just kind of additional tidbit on what I previously explained. And our mission, we specialize in strategic planning, project management, IT operations to help our clients effectively leverage technology and achieve their long-range goals. So again, that's expanding a little bit on the vision there. Strategic planning, project management, IT operations. We'll touch on it again in just a second, but strategic planning is basically we come to the community, we say, okay, you've got these different areas, and this is how we think we can improve them, right? This is what we think it would look like if you were to optimize everything. Project management, obviously some of those things being changed takes, a lot of hands, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of talking to vendors. So that's got project management to help oversee it, right? It's a big initiative. It's got a lot of people working on it. And then IT operations, that would include both the staff support and the resident support. So that would be just, day-to-day, keeping things up to date. But you will get some innovation with the resident support as well that we'll touch on in just a moment. So just another little bit of information about Parasol Alliance. So we're serving more than 40 communities. Again, across our team, we've got many individuals that have been in senior living, both at Parasol Alliance and prior to their time at Parasol Alliance. We have a lot of experience in the senior living field. We've executed more than 83 strategic plans. Again, we come in, what needs to be fixed, what needs to be replaced, what needs to be improved, and we provide our recommendations on that. Over 700 projects, and we are supporting over 10,000 end users total. Okay, so now that we've shared a little bit about Parasol Alliance, let's touch specifically on Tech at Home. So Tech at Home is exclusively for older adults. It's a service that we utilize to try and just improve the life of all the residents at the community. We will touch on many things that we'll cover through the program, but we focus on trying to improve the relationship between the resident and their technology. So if you've got a phone that's, say, older and it's giving you this headache, you need a recommendation on what kind of phone you should get. You're thinking about getting one. You don't know if you should get a smartphone, or you want to stay with, say, an older phone. Maybe you've got a flip phone, but you don't know which one to get. The program would help with that. So it's not just break fix. I don't want everybody to leave the kickoff here just thinking that it's all, my thing's broken. I want somebody to come fix it. Again, we can also help to improve your relationship with technology. Okay, so a few of our services. So these are kind of the recommended setups that we have for communities. They can be a little bit defined based on community. A few of these we've still got to iron out the details as far as when exactly those are going to be held. But the first and most prominent is just at-home support with tickets placed. So this would be probably what you're most used to, which would just be, Tyler, he gets a ticket from you. The ticket says that your laptop won't turn on, or you can't find, say, an email that you need to find, something like that. You send in that ticket. Tyler gives you a call and says, okay, when can I come down and take a look at it? And you let them know, oh, I'll be in my apartment at, 5 o'clock today, or, 12 o'clock, or whatever the time may be. And you guys schedule that appointment. Tyler stops down. He helps you get that running for you. Bi-weekly classes. So we're looking at doing this in the future. This would be basically a training for residents that allows different IT topics to be covered, both depending on what the community might be trying to improve upon for everyone. So, different resident engagement initiatives and things like that. It could also be things that we've noticed. So let's say lots of residents have reported to us that they've received spam or received phishing. We could do a class to say, okay, here's how you kind of avoid getting pulled into the whole phishing scam stuff. So the topics for the class, largely those can be determined through multiple methods, just whatever appears to be best for the community. And most of that is directed through Landis leadership. Resident drop-in. So this would be a little bit different than the technician coming directly to your home. This would be a scheduled time where Tyler, I believe Corey is going to be at one of two locations, correct? Because of the two buildings? Yep. Okay. So a few times a week, Tyler will basically just stay in an office and be there and be available for you to do walk-ups, right? So you don't have to walk to the office, wonder if he's there, maybe he's out doing rounds and you made a wasted trip. So there will be allocated time that Tyler will just be available for you to stop by. He can check out, some short issues like, hey, I've got my cell phone here. I can't seem to do this or that. Or, I've got my laptop here. Again, I can't find that email. I've got my laptop here. It seems like it's dying. I want to get a new one. Can you give a recommendation? Those types of things. And then the other program would be just for new residents that are moving in, which obviously wouldn't affect anybody directly on this call. But when new residents move in, just having a set process, they get this, and this set up for them, right? So everything from an IT standpoint is just ready to go for them. All right, so here's a few of the devices that we can help with. I'll go ahead and just run through them real quick. So cell phones, smartphones, desktop computers, internet connection, iPads, tablets, digital health devices, so like your Fitbits, smartwatches, spam, malware, virus cleanup, laptops, wireless devices, so just about anything you can think that connects to the internet, printer, radios, smart TVs, Rokus, Wi-Fi connections, landline phones, and I wouldn't treat this as an exhaustive list. So if you have something and you're like, I feel like this is technology, definitely at least throw in that ticket just to ask about it. Chances are we will assist with it. Basically anything that's a personal device that's an IT device would be something that Tyler would look into. And the nice thing about the program, Tyler, as he shared, he's going through kind of getting his computer science degree right now. He does have the entire team backing him up as well, right? So he's got knowledge over the years that, say, Chris and Josh have received, that our other engineers have received, that I've received, that James has received. So there's a lot of knowledge backing up, the work that's being done in here. And for, let's say you've got a smart TV that nobody's ever heard of, right? It's not a popular brand. Nobody's touched it. Nobody's looked at it before. Part of the program is also, determining what is needed for those devices should we not have the information readily available. So Tyler might, stop down and say, I actually haven't seen this model. I've spent 15, 20 minutes trying to poke around for you, see what I can figure out. Let me take this back and take a look at what the manufacturer recommends, right? Reach out to the manufacturer for you or pull that user manual or something along those lines. So those are just a few of the things that we'll support with the Tech at Home program. All right, so how do you reach us? So first of all, again, Tyler is going to be your Tech at Home technician. He's available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. EST. So take note of that. Should anything be called in or emailed in outside of those timeframes, they'll just be addressed the next business day. To place a ticket with us, we will ask that you call our phone line, which is 773-219-9806. And should you need a copy with this information, Corey should have a flyer on hand, right? Yep. So there's flyers available that would have this information on how to contact and everything like that. Now, if you do call our phone line, again, because Tyler can't be at the desk, 24/7, he's got to go to apartments and stuff. So if you should need to place a ticket, somebody doesn't answer the phone and it goes to voicemail, please leave your information and it will generate an automatic ticket for Tyler that'll automatically be created. It'll have a timer set on it that he has to contact you within a set amount of time. It'll have a timer on it that has to be resolved in a set amount of time. So that's a benefit of using our phone system. And on top of that, should anything go, awry with that, maybe the ticket gets missed and it sat for longer than it should, you're frustrated because you didn't have something addressed, that gives us as Parasol leadership a means of kind of tracking that whole effort and what happened, where was the ball dropped, what was the issue. So the more we use the phone there, that'll be helpful. Similarly, that email address can be used. So that's just tech@home@Parasol Alliance. That too will generate a ticket. It'll create a ticket, automatically have timers set on that ticket that say, you know, we've got this amount of time to get back to you. So yeah, those are the two methods that you can use. For those timers, we do track those metrics regularly and report them back to Landis and everything like that. So. All right, so for what to expect. So again, all phone calls, emails that'll create a ticket, be responded to in 1 business day. So they'll schedule time to come to your home. Tickets will be addressed as soon as that schedule is created, right? So largely outside of, say, you know, high volume, you'll be able to dictate when you want that problem fixed, right? Unless Tyler's got so many appointments that he maybe can't fit you in for, say, today, then you'll be able to determine whenever that's fixed. On average, all tickets should be completed within 4 business days. Again, that's a stretch. We have that, what, 98% or something are completed before that. So outside of the tech bar, all support will need to come through a ticket. So try to avoid, if Tyler is walking in the halls, just saying, oh, hey, can you come down, you know, later today or something like that. You can do that. You know, we're all people. We know that we run into each other. We have just kind of those side conversations. Just be careful, because I can't track that, obviously. So if he forgets to come down later that day, it's not something that, you know, we've got a reminder on. So if you do stop him, you see him, hey, could you stop down later today? It probably ask you to put in a ticket. And then again, you can just email that number, give it a quick call and say, oh yeah, we talked earlier. Can you just stop down like you were saying? Okay, to the point earlier, there doesn't always have to be a problem. So I don't want everybody to think about the program as simply this IT thing is broken, can somebody come fix it, right? Want the program to be utilized as much as possible to improve everyone's lives with technology, rather than just keep them going with the status quo. So to that point, some things that we can do. So we can do private training. Now, again, there may be odds and ends that Tyler won't walk in the door knowing how to do. So if you've got, you know, video editing software that you're trying to learn, that's not necessarily something that Tyler would be able to walk in the door knowing how to do. But one, he can kind of go take that back, look into that software, try and get the best understanding he can, and come back to you to explain things. And two, for systems that are more integrated with Windows, that will be a little bit easier to accommodate, right? Because all of our staff here are going to know certain systems that are very common, right? So, and we can share that knowledge should we need to. So yeah, feel free to request private training sessions. You want some time to spend together, just, you know, learning something. Purchase recommendations. So again, cell phone's starting to go, and you know, you're thinking about you know, what type of phone you'd like to get. You know, the brand new iPhone is obviously way overpriced, and you know, there's this older generation. What are you going to lose by going with the older generation, or by going with, you know, not buying directly from Apple, but some third party you just found? So happy to help with those types of things. Really good thing to drop down for the resident drop-in or tech bar sessions. Just, hey, I'd like to buy something new in this area. Can you make a recommendation? You guys can look at it together. And make it compatible. We have heard from a lot of residents. They've got, you know, copies of CDs, cassettes, records from over the years, different documents, different forms of media in different places. You know, you might have, say, USB with all this paperwork that you need on it that you carry it around. We can help you with that to try and get that all consolidated, so it's all available on your computer and backed up. So should that flash drive fail, or should that, you know, CD snap, or the cassette's not working anymore, you still have backups of those things. So, but really the sky's the limit. Anything you can think that you might be able to improve your life with IT, we can certainly help with that. Another thing that's been fairly popular is, say, your, you know, smart home, like your Alexas or your Google Homes. Some may not be fond of those, but for others that are, you know, we can help explain what the system's able to do and, how it might be able to help you. For those not familiar, this would be like a speaker that sits in, say, your living room. You can say, hey, Alexa, what's the weather today? And Alexa responds verbally with, oh, it's going to be this many degrees and it's going to be slightly cloudy, so on and so forth. So again, your imagination is the limit with how you want to improve your IT. Feel free to bring it up to us. Even if you think there's a chance we might not do it, it's always better to ask. All right, next. So we absolutely love feedback, good or bad. Luckily, across many clients, this has been very positive. I hope, we'll remain on that track record with everyone here. You guys will be very pleased with the service. But to that point, please give us feedback as much as you're able to, whether that's positive or negative. Obviously, if it's positive, we love to hear that. We love to hear that Tyler's doing a good job, or, that the service is really helping you. But on the flip side, should anything be going wrong or be unpleasant, or, you're not appreciating the service for any reason, please give us those negative marks as well, so that we know what we can improve upon. We do have a process. Should anything be under 3 stars, management will look into what created that discrepancy and follow up with the technician on that. So definitely share your feedback. We're happy to receive it. All right. And at this point, I will open it up for some questions. Corey, did you want to include the questions in the recording?
Yeah, I think so. We can always edit them out later.
Okay.
Tyler, maybe before questions, I just wanted to add a couple of quick things. We are, as Tyler or as Matt said, we're going to have some classes probably kicking off in September. We'll see if maybe we can squeeze one in here at the end of August, but we were, at least for the initial trainings or educational events, thinking number one would be like phishing scams, which is really a big issue we know all the time. Also, another one we were thinking is password management and overall security, given that those two kind of tie together. And then Matt, if you don't mind unsharing your screen for a second. I am going to, whoops, that didn't work. I'm going to share my screen here for just a second, because I want to get in the television presentation here. So we did schedule the drop-in hours. I think these were noted on the memo, but just want to make sure everybody's aware. So 10 to 12 on Mondays in the Resident Business Center conference room in Crossings. That's kind of beside residency planning and communications. There's a conference room back there. And then Thursday, we wanted to set up on West Campus. So one's here in the Crossings, another one on West Campus. So the Azalea room, which is of course near the residential living entrance there, Tyler will be set up there. And as a reminder, for the drop-in events, it's really for quicker things, probably things that are maybe 15 minutes or less. If it's going to take longer than that, we don't want to take up everybody's time that may be there. So Tyler may schedule an appointment with you if it's something that looks longer than that. And then I wanted to show again here just the phone number and then the email address for individuals to call to put in a trouble ticket. There will, as there has been in the past, charges for the services if they come out to your apartment. Now, if it's something that we find is Landis related, if our Wi-Fi is malfunctioning or our phones are malfunctioning, obviously there wouldn't be a charge for that, but that will continue as it has been in the past. And if you are having more of an emergency situation, certainly phones would be the biggest one. If the phones go out, you can always call the receptionist or call the security if it's after hours. But we'll handle those as we have in the past. I see Lois posed a question about TV. Usually security or facilities actually handles most of the TV services, especially if it's on the weekend. But similar to today and in the past, we do not typically respond after hours or on weekends if it's IT related issues, unless it is our mistake, so to speak. So, but we will begin immediately. So you can start submitting tickets via the phone phone number, or through the email, and I think Tyler will be happy to come out and support you. I'll also be making an introduction at the next resident council meeting, or residents association meeting, I mean, here at the end of the, well, not the end of this month, end of next month. Yeah, just appreciate everybody jumping on. So
It was nice
any
to meet
last
everyone.
questions? Yeah. So. All right, well, thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.